And welcome to Ducks No Sports. This week, it's my third installment of my NFL previews. As this week, I preview the AFC South. Should be an interesting division, and it seems like there's one team at the top and a lot of garbage at the bottom. But in the NFL, you never really know. But of course, we'll start with that team I talked about on the top, the Houston Texans, who the biggest question going the year has to be, can they go back to the playoffs like they did last year and win the AFC South again? I will give this team all the credit in the world, because last year going the season, we had a lot of questions about how mentally tough you are, how mentally tough they were. And they showed us last year they were, with losing guys like Schaub, Andre Johnson in and out the whole year. Foster in and out, almost in and out the whole year. Losing Mario Williams for the year. And they still went to the playoffs and won a playoff game. Very, very impressive. And I really like this team. I mean, I know on offense, I love this team. I think with Matt Schaub back, yes, Yates did a great job. Won them a playoff game, but for a team to be successful, Matt Schaub has to be in there to be the guy. And I think a healthy Andre Johnson is key. Because if he is in there, he is the best receiver in the NFL. No doubt. In my mind, he is the best receiver in the NFL. And with Foster, a very good running back. Running backs have that small window to be great. He is in that window right now. And I think this offense might be one of the best offenses in the league. And I really love this offense. And on the other side of the ball, they lost a big piece in the offseason with Mario Williams going to the Buffalo Bills. But that being said, he was out for most of the year last year, so I don't think it's going to phase them whatsoever. I mean, if Connor Barwin and J.J. Watt continue to develop into the great pass rushers they are, I think they'll be fine. Because something I like about this defense also, I love this defense too, because swarm to the ball. They get the QB on their butt, which is very, very key to be a good defense. And I really, really love this defense led by Wade Phillips, a very good DC. Horrible coach, but a great, great DC. And I just believe this year, Houston Texans, I think they have a great offense and they got a great defense. Special teams are great. Don't forget, special teams also great. And I just believe the Houston Texans have all the tools to go to a Super Bowl this year. I love the Houston Texans this year, and I think they're going to have a great, great year. All right, our second team, the Tennessee Titans. Of course, the biggest question going in has to be, is it Jake Locker's time? I really like Jake Locker. He's, as they call, a dual threat. Kind of like your not as good as Cam Newton, but he's a Cam Newton type. Can beat you with his legs and his arm. His arm maybe is questionable at this state of his development, but his legs, man, he can get out of so many sack situations because he's so fast. Can throw the ball in the run. Jake Locker's a very good QB. Is he Cam Newton? No. He still have to develop, of course. Everybody still has to develop. But Jake Locker, I believe that for Tennessee Titans to go far this year, if Jake Locker has to be in there. I mean, they had Hasselbeck last year. He did a good job. Almost got them to the playoffs. But has to be Locker. Has to be Locker right now. I really like Locker, and I really believe Locker could be the next good QB in this league if put in the right situation. But another big question about this team going into the year has to be Chris Johnson, a.k.a. CJ2K. He has to return to form. I mean, he needs to play like the CJ2K of 2010, where he was rushing for 2,000 yards, and not the guy of 2011 who could barely get 5 yards a game. I mean, this guy is a great, great talent, one of the best running backs, if not the best running back when he's on his game in the league. But that being said, he struggled last year. There was all things with a lockout last year and him holding out for more money, didn't come in camp in shape, had to get in game shape during games, which is never a good sign. I just think he's going to put last year in the past, and I truly believe Chris Johnson is the athlete that will come back this year and have a great year. And for this offense to be good, with Locker being in there, he is going to get the ball a lot. So he has to do something with the ball when he gets it, because he is one of the best overall backs in the league. I mean, he can catch the ball in the backfield, make plays. He can also rush the ball for big plays. CJ2K is a very, very good running back. And the other side of the ball, in their defense, they lost a big piece in Cortland Finneran. Very good corner. I think is one of the top corners in the league, and gets in receivers' head. Like you saw a couple years ago when he got Andre Johnson kicked out of the game for his antics. Very good running back, very good corner, and I really believe with him gone though, I think it's going to affect the defense, and with a defense who wasn't that great last year, that's going to affect them big. And I just think this team is going to have to score a lot of points to be successful this year, and I just think with probably Jake Locker being in there, who will be successful down the road, but probably not this year, and with CJ2K, it's got to be, if he's like the guy who played last year, I just think it's just on the cards this year for the Tennessee Titans to have a good year. And I just think the Tennessee Titans are in for a rough 2012. Alright, moving to, which could be one of the worst teams in the league this year, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Of course, the biggest question going in has to be, can Blaine Gabbert rebound after an ugly, awful, disgusting 2011 and his rookie season? It was pretty clear last year after they cut Garrard that there was no more options. They had to go with this kid, and I think they pushed this kid. They put this kid in the fire when he totally was not ready. I mean, the thing with Gabbert, he was a very good college QB. That's why he went like top. I think we went like top 10 in that draft in 2011, but was not ready, was not a pro-style offense, he had to adjust to the pro-style on the fly, which is never a good idea. And I just think, we talked about a couple of videos ago about Tannehill with the Dolphins. This is why Miami should look to Jacksonville. This is why you don't rush QBs. Like, yes, you have QBs in the past, last couple of years, guys come in like Joe Flacco and Matt Ryan, Cam Newton, Andy Dalton. There's QBs come in the past as rookies and dominate the league. But a guy like Blaine Gabbert, I believe, should not have been starting till halfway through this season. Sit a year and a half on the bench, learn the game, just like Philip Rivers did. Learn under Drew Brees. Learn how to win this league. And I just believe maybe it'll be different this year, because now he's more adjust to the game. Maybe it was good for him, adjust to the game. But we've seen so many times in the past, like with a guy like David Carr. David Carr comes to mind, a guy that was thrown in the fire, was not ready, and ruined his whole career. Now he's lucky to be a backup somewhere, and I just believe the same thing is going to happen here. Hopefully Gabbert can rebound. He's so young, so talented, but I have my doubts. But that's not the only problem right now, because their best weapon on offense is not even in camp right now. Maurice Jones-Drew holding up for more money, which is, hey, whatever. If I'm in his position, I'll probably doing the same thing. But that being said, if he's not in camp, this is going to hurt Blaine Gabbert even more, because he doesn't have his best weapon. Because Maurice Jones-Drew, no doubt, probably top 5 running back, no doubt, in the NFL right now. And that's going to affect their offense. What's also going to affect their offense is their first-round pick, Blackman. Not in camp either. Still hasn't signed his deal. It's going to hurt him, because they want him to be his go-to guy out there. And very good guy out of Oklahoma State. But again, I don't think this guy's going to be starting in the league. But that's a talk for another day. And I just believe that Jacksonville Jaguars, with a defense, they have a very, very good defense. I'll give Jacksonville that. They have a very good defense. They won games last year on running the ball and on defense. But I just believe this year it's just going to be a uphill battle for them to get good. New coach. So I just believe the Jacksonville Jaguars in for a rough year. And I believe they will be picking number 1 next April in the NFL Draft. Our last team on the docket for this preview, the Indianapolis Colts. Of course, had the worst record last year, and that's why they now have Andrew Luck. Of course, biggest question going in the year, can Andrew Luck replace Peyton Manning? Tall order for that kid, but I believe if you're Andrew Luck, you can't be thinking, I got to replace Peyton Manning. Because he's a legend. There's going to be a statue of him probably outside Lucas Oil Stadium one day. But you can't be thinking, I got to be the next Peyton Manning. You got to be thinking, I got to be the first Andrew Luck. Because this kid is a very talented guy. Was a great quarterback at Stanford. Smart kid. You know, didn't come to the draft the year before. Would have been the first pick then. But a kid who has potential to be an elite QB one day. That's how good I think this kid could be. But that being said, though, doesn't really have the weapons anymore. Dallas Clark isn't there anymore. They brought back Wayne, which was smart, so at least they have one good receiver in there. With that being said, though, it's easy to take one receiver out of the play. Just double team him and just take him out of the play. And I just believe no real weapons. They have to develop. And I just think Andrew Luck's going to have a good year. But I just think the Colts' entire team, there's just too much change. There's been, they basically got everybody out, which is good. They got rid of everybody and just started over fresh. And I just think it might be good down the long run, but in the short run, it's going to look awful. And I just think the Colts, who Andrew Luck, I think, is going to have a pretty good rookie year, and I think will be the rookie of the year. But I think the Colts are going to have a bad season, and I just believe the Colts are in for another rough year. And I think if you're the Colts right now, maybe you should already be looking to 2013, because 2012 will not be a pretty sight. Alright, that's all the preview. Now, let's get down to the good stuff. Who wins the AFC South? I think it's pretty clear what's the AFC South. The Houston Texans go back-to-back winners of the AFC South and potentially go Super Bowl. I really love the Houston Texans here, and I think they go at least to the AFC Championship game this year, and possibly a dark horse to win the Super Bowl. Alright, that's it for the AFC South preview. But stay tuned next time as I preview the AFC West. So get prepared to hear a lot of Peyton Manning, because I'll be talking about Peyton Manning a lot, because he's now a member of the Denver Broncos. But that should be fun. But that's next time. But till next time, I'm Eric Duxbury saying, I'm Dux, and I know sports. Kind of.